time of year. Let's go, man. My name is Erich Collins Carey. I front the band The Constituency here in New York City.
But I can't stay, you know I can't speak. Oh yes, I would say you won't try. No, you won't try living till you die. It's like arrows and love like rain. Darling, measure by measure my pleasure for pain.
When I was about 15, I learned to play guitar in Mexico, and kind of it stuck with me through college and traveling and playing music. After finishing college up in Massachusetts, I came back to New York City and was kind of doing the waiting tables thing and trying to play coffee houses, small shows downtown, and kind of building my musical network. And it was a real challenge being a musician in the city, trying to make ends meet, trying to find places to rehearse, trying to build a budget to record songs. So it took me a long time.
Stars shining the brightest gold, ain't buying time for me to waste. Stop and stall, love feels like falling. I said, all that glimmers will fade. Whoa, and I walk, yes, and I crawl, and brother, I stand, if only to fall. Oh, and
I went to law school. I had to convince myself that wasn't selling out, but I went to law school with the idea of being a music and entertainment lawyer. I started working at organizations like ASCAP, developing a knowledge of copyright law. And ironically, while I was in law school, towards the later years, I started playing in bands finally. My band in law school in New York City around 2009, 2010 was a band called The Small Claims. I had to go with the law school band name. In 2013, I released an album produced by my good friend Matt Shane, who's known for his work with Flight of the Conchords, toured with them, and even won a Grammy for his work with them.
Let me tell you a story about a nobleman who looked out from his castle all across the land. Well, he could see so far, but he could not understand why the people beneath would not wave back at him. It's all relative, a simple matter of perspective. Baby, take a step back, tell me what you see. Sometimes up is down, what's lost may be found. It's just the theory of relativity.
I kind of persevered. I kept pushing and started to play some of the material with the formative parts that would eventually become The Constituency. Was this very well-known character named Dan Purdom, who's a Bridgeside network mainstay here. Me and my buddy Justin kept saying, Dan, when are you going to move to New York? And when Dan finally caved to that pressure and was out in Brooklyn, the kind of beginnings of The Constituency formed. So the theme right now is, how do you keep the music going? How do you keep inspired, and how do you not be dissuaded from pursuing music while the world is kind of turned on a dime?
This isn't my first trip around the sun. I've learned a thing or two, I guess I've had some fun, but I've broken my intelligence for a job that takes experience, and I know the change will come.
There are creative ways, you know, much like Bridgeside right now, of kind of observing the restrictions that we have to, adhere to, but we need, to enjoy culture and the arts. That's what makes this city great. So we need to find creative ways to be creative.
Sing a song, and it goes do the coming of the combine, and it fun in the New York City sunshine, and it's time, none of them are destined to arrive. Said I'm just a mule on the wagon train of life. Look out now.
maybe about 10 days into quarantine. We went out around 6 o'clock, and one of my neighbors had a small Bluetooth USB speaker. Being a musician, I had some gear on hand. I said, if I put playlists or some songs through an amplifier, I think people would really enjoy this. So I said, why don't we come back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. and do it again. And then it became almost like a responsibility that I loved kind of honoring for my neighborhood, to be able to share music and to talk about what was going on. Different experiences would come up. People's birthdays, they'd say, could you please play this by request? One couple had their wedding canceled across the street, and they asked if we would play their wedding song for them on the day they were supposed to have gotten married.
Feeling so fine, feeling so fine, feeling so fine in these United States of mine. Feeling so fine, feeling so fine, feeling so fine in these United States of mine. Price of gas and the temperature rising, it's bumper to bumper all through the state line.
My goal as a musician looking forward is to continue to deliver the best songs that I possibly can, and to connect with as many people as possible through whatever medium I'm able to exploit.
Give it to me now, I ain't old, but I ain't young anymore. That's right now, I ain't old, but I ain't young anymore. Last one now, I ain't old, but I ain't young anymore. Come on now, I ain't old, but I ain't young anymore.
Go Bridgeside.
Feels like a gig. Can't believe it.
Hold it in.
1, 2, tuck it in, ladies.
I almost fainted, exactly.